Actually, how much? Okay, just 3 nodes, primarily reading. Okay, right. Yep. Oh, so that's awesome node. Oh, hi, Night of Despair Gaming. Hi, yeah, I was just, like, sending the link to the stream out to a few places. All I really have left are some... For this is... My microphone was pretty far away. Is, like, 3 nodes, 2 of which are story, I believe, and then... That's why I said I might do the dungeon after, because I don't fully know, but I do still have the rental team that I want to use for a run to see how far I get. I also already did MD Extreme, I just didn't beat it. Yeah, right. Secret encounter, then die. Yep, also my stream's lagging, unfortunately. For me, my first MD Extreme experience was actually, like, fucking hilarious, and it makes me upset that I wasn't streaming it. Pretty much, as soon as I, like, okay, so when I got to floor 11... Okay. When I got to floor 11, on the very first node, I got hit with a boss raid. And I was like, okay, let's see who it is. For context, I was also, like, running my bleed team. And it was fucking Lei Hang. Lei Hang wanted to beat my ass so hard that before I even have before I'm even at Kanto 8, he fucking showed up just to fight me. And that's fucking hilarious to me. You got Don Quixote? Nice. I also, managed to beat Lei Hang, and I was, genuinely so happy with myself for that. Yeah, from what I've heard, Don Quixote is actually a pretty hard one. Fair, but it is also the pre-nerf Lei Hang. It's just, it's just the first time I kinda got fucked over, because I don't think I had enough Tremor Burst, or just enough negative status effects on him, or enough bleed, and I had Special Contract, which triggered on my first attempt at it, and that basically fucking killed me, making it so, my Sanguine Desire could not clash with Savage Tiger Slayer or Perfected Fury of Blades. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said, that's what someone told me anyways, I don't know if it's true, but I'm pretty sure it's his pre-nerf version. Which I kind of hope they did make it like the pre-nerf version, because of the fact that it's, it's MD Extreme. I want it to be as difficult, but yet fair at the same time. Which means I managed to beat Lei Hang pre-nerf, no reading. Just as Kim Ji-hoon intended. Hi To, hi Verta. Oh, hi White Noise.
That's all, Gresso.
Yeah, we were just talking about MD Extreme, because I'm planning on doing a run with the rental team after this.
Do not do the rental team. Do not.
If
you look at the current rental team, yeah.
Okay.
I said that do not do it with the rental team because it's hot garbage. If you look at it,
the thing is, reading in my Project Moon game, I know, never. The thing is, I want to do the rental team. I don't care how far I make it, just because I want to be able to use the Heishel sooner.
Alright.
That's my rationale behind it, because of, the starlight that you get for actually running teams.
Yeah.
And just because of the fact that it's Tremor, I can just, kind of brute force my way through at least the first floor.
For some reason, they did not put, Tom Song on there.
Yeah. Well,
not even Soldado Sinker. Or I said that not even Soldado Sinker. For some reason, the Chicken Sinker is there for no reason at all. He's not even trouble.
Kind of weird. I just want to use it so I can get the starlight for the other things.
Just as Kim Ji-hoon intended. P plus enter.
Yeah. Well, now that's over. I kind of hate it when Project Moon does this, and they do it a fair bit during Limbus. They have the same words right back, right after each other. Over and done with. I would like the sinners to come gather around here. Onheim placed the sinners in a single file line before him, and begin. Now the regular checkup is complete. We finally have enough data to Compare your pre-employee status to those of your current selves. Which means, indeed, we are able to measure your pre-employee combat capability as well. Ah. And what are your conclusions? Allow me to preface this by saying that there isn't much significance in establishing this particular heritage of power on a lineal scale. I'd like to say that you are all equally mediocre at the present anyway, and oi, that's plenty of significance, alright? We all gotta know who's the big boss. They don't hear a word you say, because the memory's gone and they're feeling wrong. Come invisible. Also, white noise. Verta says hi.
Hello, Verta. How you doing, well, buddy?
Yeah. Also, I bought something pretty funny today off of eBay.
What is it?
It's a surprise.
Ooh.
It should actually be here before something else I bought on eBay. Actually, like, let me check
guess.
when it's set, set to deliver.
Did you buy the gloves of black silence?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Also, I'm glad you are doing well, Verta. Keep it going, buddy.
Is it 500 compensation lunacy? 300 compensation lunacy? No. I'm like actually kind of getting annoyed because I can't find it. Wow, that... Damn, okay, I just found a fan W Corp hat that's like $13 Canadian.
Do you hate your job?
I'm currently unemployed.
I see. Because I was gonna say, if you hate your job, then buy it.
Yeah, it should be here, like, either near the end of this month or the start of October. No, my contract ended. I'm also currently looking for a job, which is fun. Well, this is but a speculation of the worst case scenario. Hi, Pirate Team. Yeah, no, it is. It actually might be 3, assuming I streamed Saturday. His fixer contract ended. Back to grade 9 he goes. Yep. We must know which of us has the most right and authority to lead the rest of the sinners. in case our executive manager becomes, due to some unknown yet external circumstance, unavailable. Hey, that's... I don't listen to anyone weaker than I am. Okay. What if there was a reason I was the first one asked to introduce myself? There was a begrudging introduction among the sinners to see which one of them would be the apex of this scale. Were they to be measured by their strengths prior to their employment? Hey, maybe before I lost my memory, even I... Dante, don't. It is interesting how every colleague has the desire to get the clear picture of the packaging order.
Hello, brother.
Hi. I thought you couldn't make it.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay, then. What's up? Alright.
Okay, right, since you're just not speaking. A negative expectation of this desire may even lead to juvenile behavior among children. For example, stealing their colleagues' lunches from
Omega.
for meager reasons such as scoring higher than they did on a test. You're not speaking from personal experience, are you? Thus, I believe that
Trying to conceal the outcome.
trying to conceal the outcome of this test from you would be quite misleading.
Meaningless.
Would be quite meaningless. Each of your placements in that line you are standing in signifies that very order you were so curious to know. I do not wish to waste any more breath on this subject. There was a long silence.
Long walk. Say that again.
Long silence.
What did you say? A long walk. Say that again.
Also, I've already seen this playthrough. I just find it interesting that they're not actually layered properly with who the strongest one is. I find that interesting. How silence?
Black silence.
Dante, put your manager authority away, Dante. Yeah, like I already know. Then the sinners all simultaneously took a look at the person standing at the foremost position of the line. This has to be the longest, most awkward, most long silence I've ever felt in my life. Much did I wish to hold chat.
much that I wish to hold shrouded in my fathoms.
Hold shrouding in my fathom, yet I yearn to still
To convey
that we are all more than meets the eye. Yet there remains a certain absence within my
abundance.
heart. Perhaps the test of this day paints a picture of both of my qualifiers. Thus I spoke. Ye sang. Ye sang, I will place trust in faith that all of you shall one day sprout wings as I have. Ye sang, it's the other way around. Ah, yes. The line was made from my point of view. They just fucking changed the layering.
Yeah. When Sinclair said it's the other way around, I think Yi Sang got placed in the last of the line.
Yeah, no, okay. I was actually, like, hoping that I'd be able to figure out the exact strength of the sinners, like, using this, but you can't because it's not layered properly. I do fraud.
Oh, and there you go, Don Quixote. Wait, but then Udis is behind her, and then we also then more out.
From here, the sinner wielding that oversized lance is the one at the front of the line. Well, you said some cool words, though. You got this right. You say? Well, 'tis quite a bashful occasion. To be the center of such fascinating attention for one such company. I wouldn't say fervor is the right word here. Worried, maybe? Will be vigilant. No one seemed to have any objections or doubts about who the strongest sinner was, given the earlier encounter. What company?
Limbus Company!
Sorry, I was just reading what Berta said. On second thought, it would appear that it would be best if we had left the command to Ishmael as we have done so far. Put it into red mist. Otis muttered through gritted teeth. Forsooth, I'm in agreement. I am more particular to the rules as a defending fixer or a squire. 'Tis oft the case that such side characters enjoy greater potential since time immortal. She's what? Activating Bonkai in her Kanto.
She's gonna pop Bankai, bro. I just can't prove it yet.
I barely have any, like, I vaguely know what that is. I just haven't seen Bleach.
But no, oh wait, no. I was gonna like give an explanation, but then like I realized that would be a spoiler.
Yeah. Very happy to see this discussion not coming to blows. Now we are all ready to move on from here. From this.
Gatekeeper from them. Hold on. What are gatekeeper from them? A gatekeeper ain't supposed to open gates.
Wait a minute. Aren't we all forgetting something pretty important? That's just how the world works, Greg. No one remembers anyone between the first and the last place. I even forgot my own placement in that order. No, I mean, Phyllis, I ain't even a part of the list. Oh, are you not? Who cares, mate? There's 12 of us. So for someone to just fall out of the... Yes, big deal. Let's get on with it. Hey, can't just disrespect me like... Disregard me like swatting a fly. Yeah, I guess somewhere around my level probably. Or Heathcliff's. Ishmael replied in a voice that had clearly lost all interest in this discussion. Ah, you're the sinner with the bizarre insectoid arm. Wait, I'm at 166 subscribers? Cool. Three more and I'm at 169. We had no choice but to place you in the least favorite category of all researchers. Exceptions. They really hate that, huh? In other words, you are a unique case that cannot well be placed in order or a scale. To do so would be irresponsible. I'd say you carry a certain potential. Wait, the stream's lagging? Shit.
He's carrying a what?
That potential, is it? Damn it, I forgot to fix the Discord link. I didn't realize it needed to be changed. It's because Discord is like omega cringe and needs a new link every day. Potential, man. Yep. Yeah, it takes you to Microsoft. Like, if you have a Microsoft thing, it takes you to Microsoft Edge because that's the default like web browser tool instilled onto Microsoft computers. Does that mean that I could also be first place if all goes well? It could very well be the reverse, given how the definition of potential. Let not the query permeate your mind, Gregor. Your day will come. Walpurgis Urban Nightmare featuring Potential Man Gregor. Feels funny, getting consoled by the guy who placed last. Huh?
Oh wait, oh shit, you give soft lock.
Okay, I just needed to click that was weird.
Yeah, I thought you gave soft lock because like it just got stuck on the dialogue.
Yeah, like I was like, wait, did my ship, did it break?
Yeah, I thought it break as well.
Like, I was like, damn. No, I think this intervallo might just be like bugged in that regard when it comes to ending, because it's been like that for pretty much like since the combat encounters.
Kim Ji-hoon, where's our 300 lunacy? Open the windows, Kim Ji-hoon.
Pirate Team, why did you close your... Also, yeah, my streaming is lagging. Pirate Team, why did you close your entire PC? Also, when I got to this, I was so fucking tempted to just, like, enter and then skip story just so I could go, huh? What the fuck? Man, I
How
have the
did we
stupid
get here?
cutscene again.
You skip the dialogue and then you're like, how did we get here?
What the fuck did I miss?
How did we get here, huh?
What the fuck happened? Why am I doing that fucking voice?
You're doing the fuck ass impression.
Get that fucking shit out of here.
Roland,
What?
I need you to say that every single time you see a like boss created by is fucking like mechanics.
A boss. Every time I see a boss with unique mechanics, I just go, get that fucking shit out of here, and then I proceed to just win right the entire fucking boss. Since
Get the fuck.
I genuinely
Dude,
think the amount of times I've read boss mechanics could be counted on a single hand.
You scroll through like the passes and then like you see something like too overpowered, you're like, get the fucking shit out of here.
It's like when you skip the text, then the next thing you're fighting God.
Get that fucking shit out here, bro.
Get that fucking shit out here. Why am I like actually not horrible at doing that voice?
You need to do that voice every single time, you know, it's gonna be your signature.
Oh God. I should do that voice for just like a random background character that barely has any lines. I'll do it for like the guy that has a lantern ego, since I could not think of an actual voice for him. And I'm just giving Hohenheim from Full Metal Alchemist. After some time passed. Next, we must discuss the classification numbers. You think boss mechanics? No, I came here to read the story. True. Wait, what do you mean click on another node? We have been assigning risk level of distortion, just as we have for abnormalities. The observation logs you have written for us were a great help, of course. You can, like, see if the light does after. My researchers suggest struggle to perceive the handwriting of certain sinners. However, but it was good detail data all the same. Get that fucking... We once had 3 hours debate over a letter. Oh yeah, I find it funny how the new Ryoshu ID just straight up fucking hits and Faust during their animation. That's like so, like, I find it funny. Produces 5 ego corrosion, proceeds to 5 ego corrode, then P plus enter. Okay, see ya, pirate team. That bloody governors give up on trying to fix my handwriting. Heathcliff grinned proudly and wiped the side of his nose. As someone with shitty handwriting, yep, same. I don't know why I thought it would be Don Quixote. As you must be well aware, the central system of classification numbers is a rather significant oversight. Because abnormalities were created from the former L Corp, our classification system has to be lifted wholly from their system. However, the care by which the former L Corp measured the risk levels with the amount of their energy production. Am I hearing fucking like Neutral 1 or the cutscene dialogue? Like from like Lobotomy Corporation? No, I can't tell anymore. Like, fuck, I need to hear this now. Also, my stream's lagging. Okay, no, it's different. It's just they sounded similar for a part there. As a correlation of sorts, it was often the case that more aggressive abnormalities produced more energy, but their decreased capabilities were not a part of the criteria, despite the correlation. And Faust detected Yi saying aim on target. That is why certain abnormalities were assigned in related lower risk levels despite their potential to kill multiple higher rank employees. I'm trying to think of like a case for this, and it's like the only one I can think of is Don't Touch Me. And maybe Army in Pink, but even then, when it like actually breaches, it becomes Aleph. So it's like this is like contradicted by what we see in Lobotomy Corporation. So yeah, that's kind of neat. They were an energy company at the end of the day. It makes sense that their priority would be measuring the energy output. However, here, both abnormalities and distortions must be suppressed via direct confrontation. Thus, the former L Corp's classification system is rather incorrelatal with our procedure. Once heard someone say that we should be wary of people who drone on and on in the intro. Thus, it becomes necessary for us to reorganize the distortion risk level and classification codes. Wow, interesting. So, whose job is that going to be? I rather taken aback by the naivety of which you ask me that question. L Corp prefers energy output over employee conditions. Yes, it does, but also there aren't really a lot of cases that we can actually point to in game, where what Hohenheim said about the system being more focused on energy output would apply. Hell, it's actually kind of contradicted by Army in Pink being a Zayan, as that produces the energy of an Aleph. It's just when it breaches, it becomes an Aleph. Like, but one example I will give him is "Don't Touch Me," but even then, that was more like a gag abno making fun of like SEP and their. But I guess, like, "Don't Touch Me" because of the fact that. And no, I think. No, I think Dono Adnos are still canon. And you can't exactly say they're not canon just because they're Dono. Unless, like, it's been stated somewhere, even then I would need you to, like, actually prove that one to me. Because I'm just mega skeptical at that point of, like, that. There is also, yeah. It would be nice if they did show up again, I will say that. But, fuck, what was I saying? Like, one example I can give was "Don't Touch Me," but that's also a gag abno. That was just more making fun of, like, SCP writers just making overpowered things for absolutely no reason. And also just... There is also Censored, which is actually Aleph, and obviously Aleph threat, but was also a gag at, like, SCP writers. Just... There were, like, 2 gag at SCP writers. Huh. There is also... I'm trying to think of an example. Like, I would say White Knight, but also that becomes Aleph when it goes from Plague Doctor to White Knight. I'm dedicating way too much thought to this. No, King of Greed is Wa. And even then, they're, like, pretty easy to suppress as long as you know how. Which are somewhat canon? Like, the Dono Abnos? Okay, so the Dono Abnos, like, simultaneously exist and don't exist. So it's like, they exist in the sense that if the person that came up with the abnormality gives, like, Project Moon the go-ahead to use the abnormality again, they can. It's just... aberrations can exist. Okay. Yeah, no, Verta's kinda right. I should get back to the stream. I've dedicated a lot of thought to this. Us? It's us. Sinners without the right to refuse, was it? Wait a sec. Oh no, worry, Night of Despair. This was actually, like, pretty fun. Wait a sec. Aren't you just offloading your own work onto us? A privilege given to researchers. Oi. Don't be so ignorant, yeah? This is all just, in order to research the distortions, right? We gotta... The other way around, assistant. We've gotta do research into distortions in order to solve them better. It's elementary shite. Owenheim really got you wrapped around his finger. You know that. According to the LCD on-site investigation response team leader, the progressing of a distortion is much like that of a disease. The fate of an abnormality awaits at the end of the distortion phenomenon, after all. When a distortion progresses into an abnormality, all pre-existing identifications is erased, replaced by the totalification of an abnormality. Thus, it is impossible to bring back a distortion that has already transformed into an abnormality. It will no longer have any reversible. It will no longer have that reversible, well, that they once had in the distortion phase. So, a distortion like that Time Ripper fella will eventually become an abnormality too, if left untouched. If you're referring to subject he's XPI 21/01, then yes. This is simply a prediction, of course, but that particular subject isn't contained here. I could not say with absolute certainty that its progression into an abnormality will be observable. Correct assumption. Oh, didn't Limbus Company collect the Time Ripper? We hoped we would, but T-Corp very adamantly about their claim over the entity, to the point where they refused to even sit at a negotiation table. I found their Time Ripper ability quite fascinating, but something I must know. Well, sometimes I must know when to cut my losses, I suppose. It's because the Time Ripper abilities directly fucked with T-Corp Singularity, and they didn't want anyone having that outside of them. So they likely just burnt the body, or like just destroyed it in whatever means they could, just to make sure that, one, it would not come back, two, no one would get their hands on it. Wait, so that he something is the new classification code format? Indeed, because it is difficult to identify and observe the original and the shape of a distortion, we decided to forego the information and instead replace them with their sin affinities and her exact damage scale. Sin affinities, PI, refers to pig, sloth. It appears that the classification now mimics the classification of the Pacantula. They do indeed follow the same thought process. If we're to bring technology here, I won't say it mimics it. It would be more accurate to say that, as the Pacatulum are once the origins of the distortion of phenomenon and its byproducts, the affliction can be transferred to one-to-one.
affinities.
Okay, so they don't actually know what caused the distortion phenomenon. Also, how much information do we actually have about the Pacatulum?
Not much.
Really?
Like as Hoyman said in the earlier stages, storage reading stages, he said we only observe up to like stage 3 or grade 3 Pacatulum. Which was the white hunt one and the one at Don Quixote's Fathoms. They don't know if they have a stage 4 or not, so yeah, that's all we know about Pacatulum right now.
I'm like specifically thinking about it because of the fact that my theory would be that the Pacatulum would just be like the actual distortions that either became abnormality is already, or are just a very common form of distortion.
Pacatulum is when you fail to distort.
Yes, but how
That's
the
the
fuck do
Pacatulum,
you
yeah.
fail to distort?
Because I think it's your like sync affinity like consuming your ego instead of the other way around. Like your ego doesn't consume you, but your sync affinity consume you and your ego instead. That's how you become a Pacatulum. Because each Pacatulum has its own, doesn't have its own name. Rather, they follow a single affinity name like Angry Pacatulum, Wrath Pacatulum, Gluttony Pacatulum, and Sloth Pacatulum. Even Gloom Pacatulum. So yeah, I believe it's when your single affinity actually consume you and your ego instead of your ego consuming you.
Yes, but that also directly contradicts like what Carmen, like what we know what Carmen wants, because Carmen wants, like, in the most fucked up way, they basically, like, to my understanding, what Carmen wants to achieve is basically what Albert Wesker wants to achieve in Resident Evil 5, where they want to send humanity into the next stage of evolution just in the most fucked up way possible through having everyone distort. So through having people be able to fail distorting and become Pacatulum, would that not actually be contradictory to what their end goal is?
It could be both, honestly, because for Resident Evil, there are zombies that are sentient, like they're just moving around trying to infect other people, and there are like zombies type of virus that make people actually sentient even when they transform. So maybe it's kind of like that. Like, it doesn't matter how you evolve as long as you distort in a way, then that's probably what Carmen would just achieve.
Okay, so basically,
like, you can be a sentient distortion, or you can just be like a non-sentient distortion, which is the Pacatulum. So yeah, what were you about to say?
Okay, I think I kind of have an explanation for it that vaguely makes sense. Also, what Albert Wesker was trying to actually infect was like the Ouroboros virus, which I don't actually think turned people into zombies. It's just if you could not handle it, you fucking died.
I mean, being a Pacatulum is no more than dying anyway, so yes.
Yeah. Right, like I was saying, I think it might actually be that Pacatulum are actually just distortion. It's just they have a different name because they're scientists. They want to classify things properly. So, yeah. Huh. If you can't tell, like, I'm really thinking about this one a lot. Because, like, this one actually interests me quite a bit. Okay, I like that explanation, and that's what I'm going to go with, Night of Despair. They are distortions, but they're just weak ones that can only manifest from sin. Okay, I like that explanation, and that explains it a lot better than what was going on here. What's the exact damage scale? Combat capability, I guess. I remember them saying that risk levels were determined based on the You good? There was like some weird audio thing going on for your mic.
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah. Based on the encapsulation rates, production rates, which is not the most meaningful information to us who have to fight them directly. It was a tad inconvenient to put
Nebulous.
Put a nebulous idea like combat capabilities into a singular numerical scale of power. Certain entities have ideologicals and variables that may make them such linear measures quite meaningless. So instead we decided to measure the exact amount of damage that Limbus Company personnel might suffer should they engage these entities in battle. While this Time Ripper poses very little threat against the sinners due to your idealization, the unique nature of their weapon makes them they can immediately deal a near or fatal blow to anyone from the LCC department and with a single strike. That is why this distortion was given a rank high exceeding damage scale of 6 for a scale of 1 to 10. Please do note that this is not a perfect system. These variables are only there as a reference. Will this standard be applied to abnormalities as well? We have plans to do so, yes. Risk levels and exact damage scale will be coming before their classification codes. Speaking of which, I have something to show you all. What is it? What else? Other than the monolith, one of the highest this potential value was among Limbus Company's business.
Wait.
Sorry, I was drinking tea.
No, I mean that monolith and his business, like do they actually like hang the monolith around as a business tree or what? Because that item is a automatic distortion, no matter how strong you will is.
Yeah.
So do they just
Also,
pass that around as business?
Yeah. It's also kind of weird how the monolith just suddenly got brought into the story with no explanation of how it just kind of showed up.
Yeah, like we found that from like the trade with Komukuro clan, but then it attached onto Kim.
Yeah, it's like just kind of showed up.
Yeah, we got no backgrounds of it too.
Yeah, like I wish that they explained it as just kind of a cult, pretty much, that was formed around Carmen. And basically, they formed an specific monolith under certain conditions that Cartman was able to imbue due to certain things or aspects about it, like the potential material used or certain symbols carved into it. I kind of hope that's how they explain it.
I mean, for all we know, the monolith. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No. You were about to say something else, so I finished that, and then I will say mine.
Okay, because like, it just kind of showed up out of nowhere and didn't really get explained.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, for all we know, it looks like a cube. Like, it's really a cube, like a black cube that has like eminent black aura around it.
Yeah, that's that's kind of why I hope like they explain it as, oh, a cult. Carmen formed a cult for herself, and pretty much it's just people making things that she's able to imbue distortion energy onto. It's just they don't distort themselves so they can actually keep serving her in human form and make more of this shit.
Bro, God forbid Gregor use a monolith. Because essentially, I was about to say, because essentially, a monolith just recall all of your traumas and then enhance them to make you distort. And you know, Gregor has so many traumas with him.
Yeah. Thus, the development of transport, management, and possessing of the monolith, mathematical of the monolith, is growing advanced indeed. The artifact, by its very nature, poses a great danger. I hesitate to embrace its usefulness so willingly. A great danger? But wouldn't you say that we are braced by danger at all times? The obelisk in...
Let me see. The arbitrariness.
The arbitrariness in deciding how dangerous something is comes from the disagreements to which it poses a risk. As you must already know, the monolith here is a device that can form a distortion. It is scaled through the city like it is scattered through the city like just like the golden bough. At first only in possession of the fingers and syndicates of the back streets, to now being collected by companies both large and small and nameless, like a plague. Get that shit! We also learned that they have been rather high priority targets for some wings out there. As luck would have it, we managed to begin our research, exploration and collection of the monolith much earlier than others. Now, we are already at the stage in which we may partake in the process and the scale of these sales of these artifacts, expanding our business ventures. You could say that we narrowly avoided the unsavory fate of having to tussle with the wings for the possession of these artifacts. Because we may have had to confront the wings directly were that the case. Asking out of pure curiosity here, what would happen if you were assigned a city threat level? Ishi, how about we don't ask questions? We don't ever we don't ever find out the answer to. I mean, if we were due to some combined what's that say?
Contractual shenanigans.
Due to some contractual shenanigans, I end up going against the associations. I think it'd be a good thing to know ahead of time, just in case. Seems like a question worth entertaining to me. Let's see, from Kanar to Star of the City. I suppose your assignment will be somewhere between Urban Plague and Urban Nightmare. Ah, my neck.
That's pretty close. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm just like rolling it. Yeah, I also think like Canto 8, we're just leaving Urban Plague. Next, and Canto 9 will be like starting Urban Nightmare. For as fucking insane as that sounds.
We are approaching pretty close to like Star of the City assignments.
Yeah, it's just like going off the like actual progression of what we've had thus far. It's kind of been a threat level for every 2 cantos.
Yeah.
We're assuming they didn't know there was a first kindred, which, let's face it, it's Hana. They could have very well fucking known and just not given a shit, because it's like, it's going to disappear regardless.
Funny how we seeing a star in the city on Honolulu's Kanto.
Yeah, no, it kind of is. Yeah, the threat level is just kind of all over the fucking place.
Okay.
But yeah, like, the thing is, I remember just kind of talking with some people, and we just kind of, like, they just kind of said, like, I kind of brought up how we kind of just, every 2 cantos, we go up a city threat level. And they kind of went, yeah, pretty much. That's kind of just what I think happened. So it's when we get to Otis's and Faust's canto that we will actually be considered, that Limbus Company would be considered Star of the City.
I feel like it's going to be phase A left, honestly.
But also, I'm partly skeptical that we'll hit Star of the City officially, just because of what's coming up next. Not SOTC yet, are we? It almost sounds as if you want to be given a threat level. Wait. It is true that you, upon first sight, due to your revived power and potential of the identity technology, may appear to pose a rather troublesome risk. However, you have a very clear and obvious weakness. Indeed, all of our advantages will be moot upon the manager's death. Wenheim slowly turned away from me, pondering Faust and the other sinners to follow suit. What if we protect them, though? I'm impressed by your optimism, given the kinds of enemies you've faced thus far. I don't even need to go so far back in time to discuss the incidents of the Fixer with Fixer, or Siegfried, or Big Brother Ricardo. I read from your reports, should the third sinner unleash to attack the manager with her full might, do you truly believe that the rest of you would be enough to protect them? Yes, assuming we get Dante's Canto, we could very well become Imperatus. And that's kind of just why I think the 2 threat level thing is what was happening. Is because that way it lines up perfectly with Dante's Canto, assuming we get Dante's Canto. being Imperatus, which I actually think would be pretty unique if it was, because Limbus Company is more focused on the wing side of the story, while LOR just kind of focused on the city as a whole, but had a unique, as well as focused on the syndicates, the corporations, and fixers, as well as just kind of everything in regards to the city. But it kind of had a more but I think if I were to say it focused on fixers the most, I would say. So it would be pretty unique to see it more from the corporate side for Imperatus. That it's actually okay. The threat level is precisely why I don't think we're getting second Canto for the Sinners. You might say, oh, it's in the code. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things in the code. Like, the exact line of code it's for, I'm pretty sure has 67 potential cantos listed, and it's like, I know damn well we're not getting that. So it's like, I'm skeptical we're actually going to get that, so just be prepared. If we do reach Star of the City, just know we're likely not getting second cantos for Sinners. Because I can't really see a way for Project Moon to, like, they would have to drag their heels through Star of the City if we actually reached that for, like, second cantos to happen to, like, a genuinely astounding degree. And by that I mean it would feel like the bosses aren't the bosses and enemies aren't particularly becoming much stronger than what we fought, like, from the start of the second canto to, like, the last second canto. Yeah, the Star of the City was the longest part, but also, like, it was just a line longer than everything else. So, actually, I think the receptions might have also gone on longer. I can't fully remember. But also, like, I can see it being a bit longer, like maybe 1 or 2 more cantos, just because of the fact that Star of the City did go on longer in LOR. It's just, I also can't really see it being an entire new 12 sets of cantos for Star of the City. Especially if Dante's canto is, like, Imperatus. Also, stream's lagging. But my current theory, because of the fact that I remember people saying that Kim Ji-hoon said he wanted to do, like, the other 3 books. Like, not just Inferno, but, not just Purgatorio, but, like, Inferno and, like, stuff like that. I can't remember exactly what they're called. It might be a possibility, but I'm not sure we're getting an Aleph in Ryoshu's canto. Alright, like I was saying, like, I think, I'm not sure if, like, if we do get Purgatorio and, like, the other books, I think Dante will get an entire one of those, and that entire thing will be Imperatus. Just because of the fact that we will actually be experiencing Imperatus from the, from a corporation side, as opposed to a more fixer side of, as opposed to kind of what we had for LOR. I don't know, that one's kind of a stretch, if I'm being honest, Night of Despair. I think that one's a stretch, but if it happens, it happens. I won't be mad. Alright. Anyways, I keep getting sidetracked about just lore aspects. I kind of agree with Toe on that one, actually. No, the flow of this world is that the manager will be prevent that no such thing may come to pass. That's enough, Hohenheim. Any further divulsion and Faust will open a disciplinary committee to discuss this consult of your careless words. That's not there yet, are we? Well, very well. Whatever is the case, do you have the potential to become the star of the city threat at some point in the future? You do have the potential to become a star of the city threat at some time in the future, but do remember that it would be best if you could avoid that unfortunate designation. Yeah, it's also this line that like really makes me skeptical as to whether or not we will hit Star of the City, because of how much shit would actually start following the sinners at that point.
It really depends. That is probably gonna have a bounty on his head throughout the city.
Yeah, and it's just because of the fact that like we know full well, because of the Liu reception and just the dialogue from there, that Roland says at Star of the City level, people don't exactly have a choice. It's not direct, it's never directly spoken that they don't have a choice. It's just the obligation at that point to literally throw your life on the line to bring down a Star of the City threat. No, Dante's power is technically a loophole to the head. Because it's just reversing the time. It's just reverting time to before the sinner died. And please don't forget that would only that, and don't forget that is only true as long as you have Limbus Company's backing. But yeah, like if we do hit Star of the City and we do get the other books, which are a lot of maybes that I'm very skeptical about. Because if I'm being honest, I do not think Limbus Company has much more... Okay. I need to think of the exact way I should word this. I do not think Limbus Company will be Project Moon's focus, like main focus of like of a project for much longer. I think once we finish Otis's Canto, I think Limbus Company will become the secondary thing that like maybe the B team works on, well, the A team works on Project Moon's new game that Kim Ji-hoon talked about. Yeah, it's assumed to be, but it's also not, hence why nothing actually really comes of it being called a taboo at the start. You also have to remember, if it was actually a taboo, the head would have already intervened. No, if the head's hunting him down, the wings wouldn't. Because when the head gets involved, everyone else just fucks off. Right. I think after Faust's Canto, because I believe that is likely where the main story will, like, the main content of the game will end, the main team at Project Moon will start working on the 3D action game that Kim Ji-hoon said he wanted to make, and that we all genuinely want Project Moon to make. Oh, see you, Night of Despair Gaming. It's nice having you here. And instead, Limbus Company will still have content made for it, but it won't be the main focus of Project Moon. It will most likely be delegated to a different team. Likely smaller, so it will likely take longer for content to come out. Okay. That's just kind of how I think it will go.
You should totally do a solo on this stage.
It's a dungeon.
I mean, like a solo on the final boss of this dungeon.
Maybe.
Or you can just like gun them down, Mao.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. We are almost done with the regular checkup. Finally, we have a chance for you to overcome an adversely based on what you have learned thus far. And for me to prove my hypothesis. What hypothesis is he talking about? No need to wonder, my hypothesis has never been... No need to worry. My hypothesis has never been wrong. Most of the time. This experiment is entirely my own desire and satisfaction. And I will fulfill my fault. I will fulfill fellow of
my own pure curiosities.
My own pure curiosities and instincts as a researcher. I have a feeling we're not going to like where this is going. No, do you see this monolith here? Yep, I do. That's a monolith, alright, but... don't you worry. Don't you worry. My researchers will be the ones to activate the artifact. Activate the artifact? Not on you. Relax. I understand that none of you would be a willing participant to this excursion. I swear, if you're going to force us to distort, saying that we have no right to refuse or something, I'm gonna... Yeah, hang on. I can't let you do that. Even as your assistant. Yes, but But if you must, we are willing to send the weakest sinner among us for the... Forget I said that. That was foolish of me to say.
Oh.
I will be subjecting the experiment. I will be the subject of the experiment myself. You're going to distort yourself? Am I hearing you right? Aren't you curious to see what kind of distortion you would end up becoming? I'm sure this is a question you all have entertained at least once. No, I ain't curious. It ain't very pleasant either. It ain't a very pleasant experience either. Stop gritting your teeth like that, assistant. It will have an adverse effect on your long-term dental health. If you just end up turning into... What if you just end up turning into a pacatulum? You'd end up becoming a pacatulum, just another one of those fodder we slaughter our way through for the test earlier. You're risking that? It is indeed a possibility. It would be significant. It would signify nothing more than my very own limitations. Just a mediocre shell. If such an incident come to pass, these employees will transport me to a containment unit. We even made a bet on what kind of pacatulum I would turn into. I bent on glue. Get that
Get the shit out of here!
I on invisible, and her on piggery. But how could you... Think about it like this. If I were to become a pacatulum, it would be akin to losing at a game of chance. Of course, what counts as a loss may depend on what I, at the precise moment, considers to be a losing, but the mere fact of turning into a pacatulum relieves me of any value to live. Stream's lagging again. I'd say he was being too hard on himself, but that felt too simple an explanation to describe his tone. Company would most likely attempt to transport me to a containment unit, but I disagree with that decision. I would like to ask you to dispose of me on the spot. I am well aware that I'm not the kind of
congenial person
who's earned others' favor at first meeting, if at all. I also do believe that our brief relationship has been the most admirable kind. Therefore, I see little reason why you wouldn't hesitate to cut me down. Of course, sinners with gentle hearts like you, or like this young Sinclair here, may experience certain disagreements against this decision. But once I become a pacatulum, may as well mean that Hohenheim, the entity, has ceased to be. So I hope no necessary emotions like guilt clouds your judgment in killing the pacatulum. Mere byproduct. But what if something unexpected happens? We're talking about your life here. Don't you have any annuals with backup plans, or... This is a very simple matter. No more than a coin flip. Heads or tails. It appears that you are still intending insisting on your absurd 50-50 theory. I'm a researcher who wishes to humiliate the field of mathematics, statistics, unlike the general lay of the
Academia.
academia. I believe there is a certain romance goal to research.
Romanticism.
It is still much more exciting to run research run as many tests and get in as many samples as we can than to be stuck behind a desk pondering day and night over books and papers, isn't it? If it's tails, then you may be disappointed. Then you may dispose of me immediately, and the employees here will take care of the rest. Don't forget to destroy the key inside that coat pocket. That
And the file.
and the flies inside my cabinet, files inside my cabinets, for example. Yes, we remember. If I were to successfully distort, we would be halfway to success. For the first time, I feel quite the envy of you all. I wish I could be the witness to my very own distortion. Huh? If you've been paying attention to my luxuries, perhaps you could even come up with a classification code of my distortion too, going by the standards we have discussed earlier. Not that I have high expectations that you would. I've recently come to realize that people nodding along to my words is not a signifier of comprehension, but instead an extension of social niceties. Nods. Then my manager here will open the entrance of my dungeon. Then the manager here will open the entrance to my dungeon of the Fathoms. And you will proceed through the mirror dungeon, as you have always done when facing a distortion, to reach into its depth, deepest fathoms, to face my distortion once again. Wish you the best of luck in your suppressing efforts. Exify. And once you've made it that far, it is likely that you will face me unconscious, or if luck would have it, conscious. Unconscious. Are you sure this is safe? A degree of case-by-case vexation is to be expected. It may take some time for a full recovery, but it will happen, should you succeed. That reminds me. Get that shit. That reminds me. That's how this bamboo-headed Kim was brought back as well. Bamboo-headed Kim? He's recovered? He's safely contained within our facilities. I love the implication that, like, because I'm pretty sure he undistorts at the end of Yield My Flesh to claim their bones.
Yeah.
So that just means they have a normal guy contained in a fucking facility designed for, like, abnormalities and distortions.
They have a high-end, like, someone as strong as a high-end grade 1 fixer contained.
Yeah, they just have a high-end grade 1 fixer fucking contained in, like, a random thing.
Get me out here! Really?
Like, they just fucking have that. Like, yeah, we have him. We don't really know what to do with him now, so we just keep him locked up.
You know, maybe that might be safer because he's still hunted down by S-Corp.
I don't know if he actually is.
Oh yeah, you haven't. Wait. Never mind what I said, because if I elaborate, it might be like something.
Wait, no, now I'm curious. What do you mean he's being hunted down by Escort? Because I know part of...
Yeah.
Like, I already played the yield my flesh to claim their bones.
Oh no, it's something from Library of Bruna.
He's a general reception.
He was like the guy of that one person, which I forget, but then like later on he was hunted by S-Corp.
He was what?
And it was like during his prime. He was the bodyguard of like who, or someone that I forget. But then like in his prime, he got hunted down by S-Corp, which led him to just become a wanderer.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that. And well, yeah, no, like I actually remember someone telling me that. And didn't like the person he was guarding like actually die? So he ended up making a remnant group, and that's what Blade Lineage is. It's just a remnant group of what he used to be a part of.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, the remnant group of what he used to be, but then they are homeless because they don't have no homes. I just wander around the city.
I thought in like Yield My Flesh to Claim Their Bones, it was stated that like they got kicked out. They pretty much got kicked out of like the place they ended up being, which was S-Corp, by like a different syndicate group, or like by S-Corp themselves. I can't remember the exact detail. And then like they ended up just fighting with Korokumo.
I know that Babu had the game was like being hunted down by S-Corp, and that's why he like became a wanderer, which led him to like the limbus event.
Yeah. I also like I do remember I remember hearing that in Mersol's mentor's uptight story, it's like stated he could have become like he could have had a specific title should he have become a different, like taken a different career path. He would have had a specific title, and it's like the title was one of the names that Roland actually dropped when discussing the potential strongest fixer in the city.
Yeah, that was like the other path, but then, you know, he chose to be the bodyguard of like that one person.
Yeah, meaning that like Bamboo-Headed Kim is actually like potentially one of the strongest people in the city, which feels so weird because of his low threat level.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely a high-end grade one fixer, that's for sure. Like,
yeah,
at least a grade one.
Yeah, like, at the very least, we know he's definitely above the average grade 1, just because of the fact he's basically able to single-handedly carry a ragtag team of syndicate members.
It's like the entire Blade Lineage, and he's carrying all of them on his back.
Yeah. It seems they are ready to activate the monolith. I'm conflicted that I, even as a distortion, will be quite the
exceptional specimen.
That I, even as a distortion, will be the excellent specimen. Hang on. Just like that? You're not a Pikachu. I can still hear them. I remember. Still do. I know he'll be back, but gosh, this is pretty unnerving. I know. Don't worry, we'll bring him back, no matter what. The manager says that we will bring him back, no matter what. Sure sounds like a dependable slot, this manager of yours. Very well, please take a look at this. Is this a note? Did he write us tips on how to do this or something? He says that all you have to do is read what's on that note in front of his distortion, Apparently it's some kind of code. I don't think he'll hear anything but ticking noises from me. Could you read this, Marcel? It will be done as you command. Marcel all nodded and began reading the words from the note aloud. Lobotomy Corporation. 5 minutes. Potentially antiquate. Right hand. The moment Marcel uttered them, the all too familiar portal began to appear around Hohenheim's distortion, as though they were a key to a door. Where do I keep getting pinged? Weird. Scurrying and chatterings of familiar yet alien sights appeared immediately beyond the shimmering veil. Hohenheim had already entered the portal as we stood there gawking, but we could still hear his voice echoing through the laboratory. I suppose I'll be forced to share my past here. Past I never wanted to share. The past no one cares to learn about. It is something I must endure for the sake of this experiment, however. I actually don't think I'll be able to do the MD now, like, just because of the time. Never explored. I didn't expose. I needn't expose every little detail of it. It's all in the past now anyway, isn't it?
He has to be like one of the most fucked up distortion form I have seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some other really fucked ones.
Yeah, but you know, he's kind of like, what do you think he is? Like, from his model alone, what do you think he could symbolize?
I don't know.
Of?
We didn't really get a good look at him. Like, I want to get a better look at him before I try and figure it out. Let's go gambling! Are any of them rupture?
I think it's the combat books.
Let's go.
Yep. I think I do remember the pathway, maybe. I could very faintly remember it because I know that like the encounter choices are the same. I think like the path that you pick for the next one will either be burn or rupture. Heck.
Okay, so regardless of what okay, so one of these is burn, one of these is rupture?
Yes, and it's always the same.
Okay.
So like it's either the middle one or the bottom one. Also, I'm gonna go for.
Yep, see ya. What unit should I use? Great on rupture potency. Rupture can, I mean. Okay, this one has more count, so I'm definitely using it. Oh yeah, this has, like, not the best, but also it could be worse, so I'm just kind of using him. Oh wait, the skill 2 is neutral.
필드 출진.
Hi. Hi, Verta. It's going pretty alright. What's going on with them? Good. It appears that I can censor them with my own will, at least to a degree. Excuse me. Your mission here is to classify my distortion. Reach the end of this dungeon of the fathoms and bring me back. Your mission, however, does not involve digging into my past. Is that... It appears that we have a past familiar with this place. Yeah. What is it that they seek to convey? I do not believe if any level of proper communication will be feasible, given that you are in a dungeon of the fathoms. Well then, do something about it. I regret to tell you that the setting of this dungeon is out of my hands. Had it been up to me, I would have had it manifest a place that was much more fascinating than this. Like that library you fabricated to have every book in existence. You used to work for a lobotomy corporation? One of my past careers, yes. Us. Deployment did not seem to be... Diplomacy doesn't appear... Hi, pirate team. Diplomacy did not seem to be an option here. The censored person... Diplomacy didn't seem to be an option here. The censored person bashed their weapon threateningly and stood in our path. Looks like we're gonna have to take them down if we want to make any progress here. It can't be helped. Let's get ready for a fight. Hair.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고
Wait, you and actually
돌아온다면
Ishmael talked about the
달고
ego?
짭짤한 걸
Wait,
준비해두지.
when did I miss that? Was it like while I was having dinner yesterday? Oh, a few weeks ago. I must not remember it. Oh, okay, during actually Ishmael's stream. Oh, okay. Oh, damn, you showed up for that. Cool. Yeah, I unfortunately didn't really watch it that much. Unfortunately. Right, Dreaming current of the sleeping sheep, I think, would be the potential Sue. Wait, no. Electric sheep. That's what I think it is. I think it's, I know you're probably thinking of Lantern Dawn, which That's kind of what I initially thought too. But also, just because of some of the other things like the purple protruding spikes make me think that it's actually electric sheep. Never mind, it's lantern. I was wrong. Well, you gotta give me credit because at the very least, I was using the art direction. Have I tried streaming on Twitch and YouTube? No, because I have too much self-respect to stream on Twitch. AKA, I just really hate Twitch. Wait, it might have been a good idea to use. Yeah, sure, I guess the mystery will never be solved.
정보팀에서 준 자료와는 차이가
Otis,
있지만
how the fuck did you get...
당황하지 말고 침착하게 대응하면 괜찮을 거예요, 관리자님. 목을 콱 물어버리자고. 숨통 끊기. 아직 죽. 이제야 실력을 이 거리는 충분해. 너한테 알겠지만.
이 정도 탕류에 놈이 튀울 수도 없겠구나.
Because I'm not using him because he's not actually that good for point for rupture count. That really should have killed, but Honglu didn't want to roll head.
이 정도 탕류의 허덕이야.
이 팀의 직원들은 완벽한 공격이었어.
끝내지.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니
용?
보는 맛이 나는군. 일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜 답답한 법이지.
Yeah, it is. Right, Damn, I think this might... I don't think this is the one I wanted.
달아오를 틈도 없이 끝났네요.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'll just redo this, but actually get the one I want.
What is the one you want?
The rupture one. I went for the middle spot, and it was... I was wrong.
It was burned.
Yeah.
Are you redoing this entire thing?
Yeah, just so, like, I can actually get it.
Alright. Skincare.
뱃대에서 내려. 천장으로.
Yeah, welcome back.
Hello.
필두 출진.
I also might stream Dead by Daylight at some point in the coming future. Okay. The actual suit really reminds me of, like, Electric Sheep just because of the yellow protrusion. not yellow, the purple protrusions and the fact that it's like wool. So maybe the ego suit, like, actually is just... Damn, maybe it is just a combination of the two.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면
불가 위압
달력잡자란 걸
막아내지
준비해두지. 토끼를 본다.
차포자
친구를 도려내.
가 움직이기가 좋구나.
잘 열렸다.
깔끔한
I don't know why, but it feels like the speed is way faster.
재정 여유는
개체가 조금 유리한 환경에 놓이게 된 것 같아. 하지만 우리가 걱정할 건 하나도 없어.
I still think I have that
최선을
image.
다한 거잖아.
Yep, I do. Still one of my favorite images.
불가
12수이면
막아내지
이 앞에 고작 이 정도 쌍욕. 넌 푸름을 차렵도 바로 그나마큼은 그 도통 알아들을 수 없는 말만
맞아. 살살해. 그러다
그래.
뼈라도 부서지면
그렇게
타입 속에서
시원하게
뼈가 씹힐
처리하니
거라고.
보는 맛이 나는군. 일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜 답답한 법이지.
Ask 100 voice actors.
흑수묘 뜀박질충 거척
아, 완전 과감한 판단이었어요.
중계하듯이 말하지 좀 마시라니까.
I just realized, since I can actually use the retreat mechanic on Lord of Hongguan since I have multiple Heisho units.
Yeah. Yamos.
아는 것을 모른 채 할 순 없으니
Yeah, like this. And now I can actually have units retreat.
Yeah, and then on entry, they use skill free.
Good question. I don't fully know how to implement a music bot.
이런 임무는 뱀 중에서도 내가 제일이지.
Yeah, I know I don't. So, how do we know this is actually distorted? He seems pretty different from it. He doesn't sound any different from his usual self. His sanity decrease due to the distortion affects every subject differently. I mean, yeah, but centering his own fathom. But Hohenheim, you're in a dungeon of the fathoms. We will see through it with Dante's power, whether you want to show us or not. You make a fair assessment. Oh, what about this then? If you are able to see them, anyway, Allow me to save you the trouble and give you the quick rundown instead. Come visit me as soon as you finish watching my tale. Tale began when the man walked into my laboratory. Yes, I had a personal laboratory all to myself. One of the few perks of being an elite researcher. This guy just telling the story however he wants to. This guy's just telling the story however he wants to, isn't he? Ew. Mr. Hohenheim? Let me think. I don't quite remember what he looked like. Something like this, perhaps. Ah, whatever is the case. I was planning to censor his appearance anyway. I wanted to tell you something. Stop. Are you about to express your displeasure with me? The what now? If you are, do let me know from the get-go. I had a feeling it was about time this would happen. 3 months. Not a bad record of bad work without a workplace conflict.
Roland,
Oh, what?
I just want to say the guy that Hohenheim is like talking to right now, that guy sounds like Heathcliff, but more nonchalant and casual. I'm just gonna say that. So yeah, just take it however you like to voice him.
Okay. Yeah, no, so I'm like this. Oh, is this about quitting? Then you would find a much better audience among the human resources team. No, I mean, I'm just here to thank you for picking me, some dude from the back streets, to work here. I heard it was you who made the hiring decision. Seems like it. I don't know how to put this, but you're the only one who saw me. What's the word? Yeah, my potential. You saw something that no one else cared to look into before. Know what I mean?
I gotta read this guy's line.
Hmm?
I gotta read that guy's line.
Sure, you're more than welcome to. But it
All
had
right.
nothing. Pardon?
I said, alright, thank you.
No worries. But it had nothing to do with something so grandeur like his potential. Wing does not hire people from the back streets for something so insignificant. Well, this information has never been publicly available. Lobotomy Corporation, primary
Criterion.
criteria was trauma. Candidates with horrible, insurmountable trauma were often favored by the company. And in an indirect way, it was only natural that they would begin to favor candidates who originate from the back streets. Your greetings are acknowledged now, acknowledged, Jim. Now feel free to leave my office.
I ain't Jimmy. Anyways, I've been meaning to ask Mr. Hoffman, why do you always enjoy being alone?
It might come to a surprise to you, but I'm very adept at spending my time all on my own. It is one of the hundreds of distinguishing features that set me apart from ordinary men.
Say, don't you need someone to be like your right hand man?
My right hand is doing just fine, thank you very much.
Sorry. This is the entire reason why I wanted to read his line. Do you believe in potential IDs? Or have fun?
What an unrelentingly stubborn employee he was, even in hindsight.
Thanks to you, I do. I've been thinking, if I keep at it, one day I might even find myself living a large in a nest, changing my own world little by little. Kinda like how a thing like me managed to snag a position here at Lobotomy Corporation. They said a lot.
Oh.
So, I'm thinking here that I want to stick around your circle.
To be around such dynamic changes, to bring around such dynamic, drastic changes to one's life in this realm of possibility for an exclusive researcher like myself.
Researcher.
Indeed, but you are like most of the
Rabble.
painfully average in most categories, therefore unlikely to be moving
Force.
unlikely to be the moving force in that change. Okay, Pirate Team, thanks for letting me know. I have no faith in universal things like potentiality. I have faith in myself and myself alone. Besides, I'm not very particular or partial to mathematical statistics like
yeah.
the probable theory.
Probability.
Like the probability theory anyway. So I would like to keep both my right and left hands as my own. Have a nice day.
Wanna know something about me? I'm the kind of guy who doesn't really think about things. Action before deliberation. You get me?
Thoughtless and carefree. Probably the only merit to being found in those who originate from the back streets. Or was that a thinly veiled threat of physical assault?
No. I'm talking about the new upload that just got shipped here. It's a tricky one to manage. I tell you what. It reads your mind, screwing over all things of strategies or whatever as long as it's based on hard logic. Wanna shoot for the Department of the Year award together?
You seem to be rather skilled in the art of transactions.
Of the few merits found in those who originate from the back streets.
I will admit, I suppose I was overcome with a certain
Inu
back then. And in hindsight, it was foolish of me to engage in such insane conversations.
Nickname.
You believe us. The remnants of my past come to haunt us. Perhaps it is I who they truly wish to hurt. Potential.
I ask again, Roland. Do you believe in that potentiality?
좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸
Do you believe in potential, man?
불가.
I have to get Roland.
막아내지 못하지.
They have to speak you mind.
숨통 끊기.
Oh wow, these ego gifts are kind of goaded.
You can get them in Mirror Dungeon.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, because there's an LCE checkup pack in Mirror Dungeon. So yeah.
Damn. Yeah, no, not gonna lie, this shit actually do be goaded.
Yeah, the burn gifts are also pretty as good too.
Yeah, like, I don't know why, but like, just, I'm not sure which one's causing it, but okay, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
And this just makes it like really easy to
Clash basically it gives you offense level.
흑순.
That's really good.
뒷박질 춤.
이안
이제 깨우치시게.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가
I mean, kind of funny too, because both of them work with Sinclair.
죽지 마라.
목을 떨고 고작 이 정도 탕류에
Huh.
Like both burn and rupture gift, because you know, Chicken Sinclair is both rupture and burn.
재정
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여
Yeah.
나갔어.
Wow, these enemies are like just really
이
easy to
기세로
bully.
계속 나아가 보자.
Yeah. It's finally here. The Department of the Year Award.
Indeed. I've finally done it. With some minor assistance from you, of course. And some other employees.
Come on, a big. Do you notice that a lot more employees are saying hello, good morning, and what have you to you in the hallways compared to you when your reputation was big? You know, it's all because I'm just that good of a die hand, man.
Will admit that your intrusion and spontaneous eye was of some assistance when it came to identifying certain observation among abnormalities.
This is the potentiality I was talking about, man. The same thing you saw in me when you decided to get me on board.
Apologies for ruining the moment, but the next few years quickly and busily flew by without much trouble. Of course, we picked ourselves up a few more Department of the Year awards, some promises, and some collaborative research. Yet all things must come to an end. The infamous fall of Lobotomy Corporation, for one. You. Us. So I don't suppose you who have any trouble hazarding what they're all telling me, even as the words come out fragmented. You left us. Nothing but words of endless Patrice.
Oh. Resentment.
Resentment. You left us. All of the former Elcor. I remember what Miss Yuri told us. I crumbled in an instant, trapping the employees in there with the abnormalities.
What? What is this sound?
I love how, like, the literal fucking department falling somehow isn't warning 3, but instead just warning 1.
I find it more funny how it happened like you know, like they say, in an instant, like there's no warning for the employees to like evacuate or anything. It just happened.
Yeah, like, and you would only think that would really apply to the main branch since that's where all the big shit would happen, but no, like, when that one went down, everything went down.
Yeah, like imagine how many people die in there, and like the amount of abnormalities that actually escaped or still trapped in there.
Yeah, it's just like, why? Why did you decide to design it like that?
Yeah.
Like, what purpose did it serve? Especially since your end goal was, like, curing depression or something. Like, fuck it, I'm curing depression, but I'm killing everyone else, because why the fuck not, Lamau?
I think.
Aye.
This whole structure is clicking. What the hell is?
Initiating site burial in 100 seconds. Any remaining employees must immediately evacuate the station.
That's good.
Instruction. Counting down. Bit 95, 94.
Okay, so they actually give a warning, but you only have like 100 seconds.
Yeah. I think this is still Trumpet 1.
Yeah, yes, it is jumping one blow, the size covering down, you know.
Yep, nope, like we're going underground, you're getting warning 1, and you have 100 seconds to leave. Fuck you.
The escape pods to the surface are here, but there's only one seat left. They're saying that the next one's in 5 minutes.
Why would you have
Well,
a fucking escape pods that take 5 minutes in any scenario?
Bro, takes 5 minutes, and then that you only have 100 seconds. That doesn't add up, bro.
No, Ian had to fucking outsource the, like, branch design, or else, like, he's just, like, actually incredibly stupid when it comes to design.
I mean, the fall was caused by Angela, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still, Ian was the one that designed, like, I'm assuming, would design all the fucking laboratories.
When fucking self-destruct button gives every employee 100 seconds, however, escape pod that takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, like... Like, just why? Just why would you ever design it like that? Especially when your end goal is pretty much just curing depression for everyone in the city.
And then your self-destruct button just brings pure hopelessness to people who couldn't escape.
Yeah. I... Listen closely. At the risk of sounding rather callous, I must inform you that the chances of survival in cases of crisis such as this usually guarantee a very small minority of those affected. Some who prioritize the fairness of the process might settle on primal methods such as drawing lots to see who gets to escape. And in more barbaric groups, the survivor would be decided by none other than rule of might. However, I'm glad to find myself among those who are on the side of intellectuals, so I make this argument, suggestion before you. Compare yourself, whose sole final product in life is clinging onto your mediocre office jobs and making good on your debt payments. And me, who has produced several groundbreaking
Apical.
apical things and research results at such an early age, whose life in your eyes is of greater worth. Yes, that is how this tale ends. The complete composure.
The compound
collapsed 90 seconds later. Left the employees of my department behind and boarded the escape pod elevator and survived. What could? Without a hint of remorse. Wrath is a hideous emotion. I'm here today only because I will always maintain a cool, rational. The L-Corp branch within Hohenheim's dungeon of the Fathoms began to crumble. It almost appeared as though his heart was crumbling as well. Well, now, that's over with. I invite you to come and face me, the distortion. And the experiment will come to an end. But just finding and defeating his distortion in a fight, I don't think that'll bring him back. I just know it. I agree. We're still in deep waters here. This can't possibly be all there is to it.
What's your opinion of Hohenheim so far?
I mean, I'm familiar with what happened, but also, like, I kind of, like, just because of the fact that I know how it ends, I do actually like the way they did his character.
Yeah, so.
Anyway, any clue, which one is Rupture?
Hold up. Let me do some, like, hold up, I'll see. Let me see if they have a map for, like, the, what's it called?
Like
The encounter pathways.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Let's see. It's 14 minutes. They do not have the map pathway, so I think you have to like actually hit the gambling.
Darn it.
I'm feeling top. Something tells me it's top, but then like, it's your choice.
Okay. Oh, wait, Verta says wait. What's up?
Oh. Maybe Buddha is able to find it.
Okay, I'm also gonna do like a quick check. Yeah, this is kind of weird because it feels like... Find anything, Verta? It feels like this is something that would, like, actually have a map.
Yeah. I couldn't find the map, so
Yeah, same here.
from pure memory, I do remember. Back then I saw this with burn. So from pure memory, I picked burn from like the bottom one.
Okay.
So my intuition tells me it's top.
Okay,
But you know, I can't recover for you. So
Yeah.
just
I also think this one, the top one, will also be a rupture just because of the fact this one's wrath.
Yeah. Okay, so like your decision. Let's see.
Damn it.
Fuck. Health of Fly Dream. Shit. Okay, Roland redo it.
I mean, it wouldn't actually take that long.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, like, I'm actually just gonna redo it. It's that easy. It's just because it's so unpunishing. Oh, wait, you found it.
No, it's just
Wait,
Rupture
no, I
Ego,
have
which
that.
yeah, the same one that Roland got at the beginning.
Yeah, no, like, that's what I get at the beginning. I'm so lucky that this, like, dungeon is just so quick.
Yeah.
뱃대에서 내려 전장으로.
Wait, no, I can't remember. It's the bottom one.
Okay. The dementia is getting to you, Roland.
Yeah, it is.
출진.
I'm getting too old for this.
단순해서 좋건 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
What the fuck?
Don't worry, you have a better time now. Because back then, clashing with that skill is pure cancel.
숨통 끊기.
Really?
Yeah, like I played it back then when it first like came out. With the identity back then, well, you see, getting hit with that move means they stack a bar.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
unless you have,
having,
something
like,
that-
having fucking Heishos as backup. Oh, it even
yeah. And you know, if you use the retreat, then the Heisho will like come out and do skill free.
불가.
Okay.
막아내지 못.
I'll do my get started.
뭐
Yeah.
이거리는
I know,
충분히
but I
너한테
don't know.
없지만
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하니 보는 맛이 나는군. 일 처리는 빠르게 하는 편이 덜 답답한 법이지.
목을 콱
I just feel like,
What?
I just like, solo this with some shower hit this.
칼 속에서 뼈가 씹힐 거라고.
No.
I am saying, Roland. Do you believe in that potential ID?
No.
도끼를
I mean, when I use a skill 3 on a 1 HP enemy.
지시게.
저 해주 도려내라.
끝내지. 괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞쪽을
길을
걷기
여는
시작하세요.
넌 구름을 틔울 수도 없겠고.
잘 썰렸다.
깔끔한 절단력인걸?
You know, if I wanted to like actually use more moves, I would like use the counter just to have more units show up. Bottom one.
Have to take your pills, Roland.
아는 것을 모른 채 할 순 없으니.
That's not the bottom one.
Yeah, and then it's the bottom one here. Who do you think will get the next,
That's what?
I'm trying to think of the word, the next,
ID?
Hey Show.
단순해서
ID.
좋고
Oh, hey, oh.
수감자. 물론
I'm not going to lie, I feel like it's Heathcliff.
없다면
Really?
적절한 걸 준비해두지.
베어내리.
I mean, has he even got an identity for this season? Think about it. Like, even though we aren't gonna get like, you know, any more Heishu
벌간이들이
for like this season, I feel like if they like make more Heishu, it could be Heathcliff.
I mean, I personally believe we're gonna get more Hey Show.
Yeah.
흑수묘.
시비
뒷박질
전투 감각 하나만큼은
죽지 마라.
수감자가 되어도 훌륭하기를 보노라. 이제 해초들을 도려내 알아들을 수 있는 말 딱좀 교요야. 그렇게
길을
시원하게
여는 넌 푸름을
보는
틔울
맛이
수
나는
없겠고
특별히 준것 같아.
넌 푸름을 틔울 수
그
없겠고
팀은 직원다운 완벽한 공격이었어.
Okay, right.
You almost forgot that.
Yeah, I was like, trying to remember. Okay, wait, did we read this dialogue?
Okay, bottom one. I think it's mấy Winter là mấy bật lên lại, let me check. Yep, give Big Winter Nightmare.
Made a Winter Nightmare?
Yeah, Big Winter Nightmare. Yep, right on the money.
Okay.
Offense level down.
Yeah, like, these are all the IDs that don't have Hey Show. Yeah. So...
I wonder. I would say, I wonder, like, for HBO, would they make it so that she has a story where she gets revived through the life insurance, but then they make her a Heishu after she revived?
Maybe. I don't fully know. But also, I think that would be the first time that that a sinner has had an ID that has had two IDs show up in the same continuous story.
Yeah.
But also, that would mean extra fuckery from Carmen, so I'm also more than down.
I mean, Carmen did confirm that in HBO's story, Carmen did confirm that this timeline wasn't supposed to exist, so like, yeah.
So yeah, no, like, I really am interested.
뒷박질 시간.
Time to speak.
Oh wow, just straight into combat.
단순해서 좋군 9번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면
I see that limbus, Homlu skill free. use some skill free on that room. No, not that one, Roland. The 200 HP one, because you know, might as well.
헤어내리.
토끼를 보라. 저 해충들을 도려내라.
불쌍하게 울부짖는
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요.
길을 열어 넌 구름을 틔울 수도 없겠구나. 너무 과했는데.
맞아. 살살해.
네.
그거 뼈라도 부서지면 타이 속에서 뼈가 씹힐 거라고. 이제 깨우치시게.
저런 사람을 영입해야 하는 건데. 사무실 돈을 더 늘릴 재정 여력은 없고.
전투 감각 하나만큼은 수감자가 되어도 훌륭하다 하군. 이제 그 도통 알아.
You have assisted defense house. Why?
4번 수감자.
불가 위야.
시비수에게 명한다.
막아내지 못해.
이 앞에 숨쉬는 자.
아직 죽지
적에게 치명상을 입혔군요. 관리자님은 당신이 생각하는 것보다 대단한 능력을
목을
가지고 있고
떨구지마.
제가 늘 말씀드렸죠.
대체들의 체력이
저는
많이
언제나
깎여 나갔어.
옳은
괴로워하는 게
말만 한답니다.
느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
POV, you just fell to the sword. There's not the fucking that POV, you are a weak distortion.
Yep.
Oh, he's to get jumped by the Lord and 5 patials.
Okay, right. This has got to be like gluttony.
Yeah.
햇대에서 내려.
I love how I just had
천장으로.
not used the retreat mechanic at all.
단순해서
these ones.
4번 수감자. 물론 좋은 성과를 갖고 돌아온다면 달고 짭짤한 걸 준비해두지.
목을 콱 물어버리자고.
목을 떨궈주마.
No.
감동적이지 않을 수 없네. 해결사 영웅기에 이런 구절이 있었지.
무기로 때리시고
The option count is pretty good right now. Wait, Roland?
Yeah.
Check the other skill of that gloom real quick. Yeah. Like, who was the clash name? But then, you know, you should clash Sinker with that, because it does Sinking Deluge. If it actually hits without cracking.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it actually does Sinking Deluge.
병력을 새로이 부수는 않아.
혈압 똑바로.
불가능한 수칙을 세우는 것이 가장
제약 개체에게 큰 피해를 준 것 같아. 교육팀의 직원다운 완벽한 공략이었어.
Also find it weird how sometimes assisted defense just doesn't work.
11세기 명한다.
끝내지.
Depends. She has to be faster than the enemy,
살려보내지 마라.
and yeah, the enemy doesn't cannot attack her.
Yeah, but like the enemy is always slower than her.
아는 것을 모른 채 할 순 없으니.
Oh yeah, the last one is really just a keyboardless gift. You don't, you only get to either free burn gifts or free dropshot gifts. So yeah, it doesn't even matter what path you pick there.
Okay. Oh yeah, no, I kind of hoped that. I was kind of hoping that's what would happen. That's why I am kind of holding out hope we'll get another ID for like these ones. Especially given the fact 2 of them have not received IDs or egos this season. Like, Dawn actually received the season ego, but also...
If it hasn't received anything for like the past 6 months or so, if I remember.
Yeah, when was the last ID Heathcliff got?
I think it was like 6 months ago, 6 or 7 months.
Damn.
I know, don't make a 6-7 joke.
야음을
I
듣자.
wasn't planning on it.
Okay, good.
We arrived at the entrance to Hohenheim's laboratory. Okay, I can actually get a good look at him now. Pretty cool design. This is my final order to you. Either suppress me, return safely and sound to where you came from, or fail to suppress, or fail the suppression. Place me in a containment unit, and perhaps we can observe what happens next. That's when Heathcliff suddenly strutted forward. Hohenheim, you. Do still believe in that potentiality? I do. It's what keeps me going. You only hired researchers from the back streets, don't you? I heard them earlier. They told me that you're right holidays, bloke, but thanks to you, they can continue to research and believe that there might be things in this world that's worth working towards.
Hello, Charles.
Hello. I'm sorry to hear that you hit your head.
Are you okay, Charles?
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you're okay.
Roland?
말하면 인원들을 좀 더 후방에
So,
배치하겠어.
It's time to read Roland.
전략 분석을 하고 있어. 응원하라고 쓰여 있는데.
man, fuck that shit. Man, get that shit out of here.
Oh yeah, he's faster than most of your hitters for some reason. Oh, that's one skill.
흑승료 김박대충
도끼를 본다.
Man, fuck that shit. Cause he's to just
Man, fuck you, Jimmy.
I show you.
대체의 정보원으로 선반되는 공격으로
길을 연다.
제압 소요 시간이 증가하였습니다. 정보를 통째로 외운다는 행위가 관리자님에게는 다소 어려운 작업인가 보군요. 데이터를 갱신하죠.
Did my cat get in the fucking ceiling again?
What? What do you mean
Yeah,
you
no,
can't go
like
off?
there's some open areas in my house, and occasionally, because my cat's a cat, he'll climb up into the ceiling.
뼈를
Oh
찢는
no.
놈이지.
동감이나 피해라.
Yeah. Let me take off my glasses so I can hear this better.
You have glasses?
Yes.
Damn. The glass silence. You could also try assist defense with alt tower if you want to.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, this is like the perfect scenario. Hopefully it works.
Alright, let's see then. So she's faster and
She's faster.
she's faster.
Not attacking her.
Yep. Alright, time to see.
시비스에게 명한다.
Wait a minute, doesn't Hoblu also proc a assist defense from all the station?
Sometimes. I don't think I've ever actually seen it in action.
Okay, let's see if it like come across like false or not.
목을 떨궈주마.
Oh, that was cool.
Rupture count is going right now. Look at that. Look at
Yeah.
that monster.
명했다. 홍원을 지켜라.
Okay, it was Ryoshu this time. Not the sinner I wanted.
관리자님이 진화를 집중해서
Ryoshu stole the credit, bro.
이런 과정들을 통틀어 신뢰라고 부른다고 하더군요. 긍정적인 변화네요.
It shouldn't matter so much. His like, what is it called?
The only reason
It's
I'm
always
doing
good
this
that
is so like I can get this again.
Okay. Alright, let's just now make sure that you know he doesn't attack from blue or
Okay.
false.
I love how like Ryoshu has horrible fucking poise. And it's like their entire gimmick relies off of poise. Like the skill 3, I mean. Like they're great in fucking Mirror Dungeon, absolutely horrible out of it.
이 거리는 충분해. 너한텐 지금 알겠지만 앞으로 그런 어설픈
To
공격을
destroy his skill completely.
적어도 제 앞에서는 제
Oh yeah, this is attack way. I don't think yeah it would not even work. This is attack way. And it's into the skill. You can't even cover.
Huh?
I'll go ahead and class.
날개를 펼치고 발톱을 걸어.
숨통 끊기.
Wait a minute, where did all your rupture potency go?
Oh yeah, no, it got burnt last round because I didn't have any Heisho, like any Mal branch going. Don't worry, it's back.
무용하군. 차로요. 보면 아는 것을 상기시키는 연유가 무엇인가?
이럴 때는 이런 식의 공격으로 되는
Yeah, that's the for me.
뭘 그렇게 끄덕이는 거야, 미카? 실전에서는 다 기세라니까.
I would say go for the skill passive.
This one?
No skill passive, the middle one.
Yeah, but I find the SP thing slightly annoying, but also, yeah, sure.
I mean, do you know the skill still HP?
Yeah,
Do you know the how they have less HP even though they made a good
it
attack?
doesn't matter now. It just doesn't
Yeah, it
matter
doesn't
now.
even-
He's dead.
Yeah.
발톱을 걸어.
Yeah, the Heisho team is just so stupidly overpowered. Yeah. escape pods to the surface are here, but there's only one left. They're saying that the next once in 5 minutes. Look, I don't actually believe you hired me because you saw my potential or something like that. I want to believe that you found hope in potential like this because of me. I hope, an anticipation that we can make things better as long as we keep at it.
I can't leave you all behind. I can't just save my skin without everyone.
This is what a right hand man does, isn't it? Take my potential. Take my potential ID. You found it, right? Take it with you to the surface.
You. Conan. About you.
Well, maybe next time. Some other time.
Wrath is a hideous emotion. It is why I did nothing at the entrance of that branch. Only remembering. Nothing more. Remembering the ones I left behind. I can sense the dungeon of the fathoms slowly beginning to close. Sometime later. I've returned. Safe and sound. Welcome back, boss. To be frank, I only wish to be someone like you, Eclipse. What are you talking about? We don't want Eclipse to be like Eclipse. Because it's not easy to put my faith in not in games of numbers, but in those shimmers, potentialities of the world, and continue to exist. I know I'm not very it's not very befitting a researcher to be so, but it is quite the romantical antiquation of a human to embody, is it not? Well, the exercise is over. It was a huge success, thanks to us all. All thanks to us, right? No, it was a failure. I had established this hypothesis that the sole reason that the sole answer was to hold a firm belief in the self, nothing else. Had my hypothesis been correct, it would have remained a distortion. Thus, I'd like to extend my gratitude to you all. Thank you for making me fail. It seems that my classification for my distortion was he/5/SU. Disappointing mediocrity. But I don't suppose it can be helped. The world is a place where we must find the ray of potentiality among the mediocrity. After all, let us move on now. Mephistopheles is prepared to depart. Hohenheim's researchers waved at us. Oh, we'll meet again, right? Yeah, no thanks. Everything has an end. So do consider this our final meeting. Down into the last exercise, down to the last exchange, this guy. The last thing we saw before the portal activate were the LCE researchers pushing up their glasses in our general direction. Though, well, I'd only taken a step or two, the entire world around us seemed to transform, leading us back inside the transportation.
Hello? Oh, instrument.
Now that I think about it, we didn't even get to learn why Gregor's bones made those cracking noises. All we learned from this excursion is that the sinners have all become mediocre. But they each held certain potentialities within themselves. Each of us muddling over the events of the LCE, we returned to the bus where Karan and Virgilius were waiting for us.
또 한 줄 길을 남겼군. 핏물진 길일 뿐이지만 세월이 지나면 홍어는 그제야
Now,
알게 되겠지.
time for Nocturnal Sweeping. Nocturnal Sweeping.
What do we use for the thumbnail for this one?
Wait, you have a thumbnail for this one?
No, what thumbnail? I do not have because I'm too lazy to do it.
Okay.
I got an amazing one.
Yeah, no, like, I can probably think of something. I also feel like if there's going... yeah. Anyways, I think I'm going to, like... yeah, no, I'm just ending stream now since there really isn't anything else to do, and I'm just going to bed.
Here. Here's the thumbnail.
Yeah. Anyways, bye, stream. To everyone in VC, I think I'm gonna stick around a little bit, just to say some final words.